Well, the Ahmed Kathrada Foundation is on a drive to get South Africans vaccinated. The foundation starting a door-to-door campaign to help calm vaccine hesitancy. The pool for COVID-19 vaccines is open to people over 35s and soon, as we all know by now, will be open to those 18 and above. That's coming sometime in September. Well, let's speak about the campaign. It really does sound like it's going to make a difference. The foundation's Irfaan Mangera joining us from Johannesburg. Irfaan, good morning to you. And I think it was only a matter of time until an organization like yours, like the foundation, decided in order to fight off the hesitancy, we need to go literally door to door and talk to people. That's what you're doing. Tell me why you're doing this and what's been the effect so far.
Good morning. Firstly, thank you for having me, and good morning to your viewers. The Kathrada Foundation has a youth program, youth activism program, which I manage. And one of the things that us as young activists felt was that in order to address the issue of hesitancy, we need to go to people and speak to them and encourage them to get registered. And I think one of the challenges was the issue of access, not having cell phones to register and so on. Many people had been misinformed about the vaccine. So we work in a number of areas, and our youth clubs exist in these areas. And so far, two of the areas, Fine Town and Lowly in the south of Johannesburg, have been going out to engage particularly the elderly. It initially started in July when we had seen reports around, many elderly people in our communities not wanting to go out. And what we then did was activate youth clubs who then went with full PPE and registration forms to get information and get people vaccinated. The first cohort, in fact, went out last week. But the main reason was that many elderly people didn't have the support to go out and get vaccinated, and they were very misinformed around the vaccine itself.
And that seems to be almost two issues I'd like to ask you about. One is we're talking about vaccine hesitancy. I think some people are staying short, though, aren't they, of saying anti-vaxxers. I don't think there's many people who are anti-vaccinations. There are obviously who don't want to take it. It's about the hesitancy. So apart from perhaps let's talk respectfully about the older population, as we start going down the age groups, so we're now 35 plus, has your team come across any of the younger generations who don't want to go for it? I'm curious as to know why the younger generation might not want to go for the jab. Any idea?
I think for the same reasons, a lot of, because we're in this generation, lots of stuff filters through WhatsApp groups, and so on. And there's information around all sorts of things that will happen to you. We, in fact, our own experience from the ground had shown us that people felt that taking the vaccine shot would kill them. People were telling us stories around somebody, who lived around the corner or something like that, who had taken the vaccine shot and had passed on. And I think for us, it was just saying, how do we get more information to people, bring in some form of citizen science. And in fact, just yesterday, we had agreed that now that the young age groups are being brought in to be vaccinated, and I'm very excited that on the 1st of September, my cohort will be allowed to get the shot. We have said that we will be going again door to door in our communities to encourage a lot of the young people to do it, because our own take is that there has been hesitancy from youth, and not to the same extent, but I think it's still a large degree. People don't understand the science, and we need to start breaking that down, making it more accessible, also bringing some form of reports and stats to people to explain what the vaccine does and how it works and all of that.
I like the term you use, citizen science, I think is what you use. I'm actually going to use that going forward. I've got about a minute left with you. Irfaan, I'd just like to pick up on this before I say goodbye. You said not only going to houses and door to door, but did you say you were able to then help people register at their homes? Is that part of the process as well? As you answer that and you say goodbye to me, how can people get involved? Can people volunteer? Can people ask for your assistance in areas? Last question to you.
Yes, so our youth clubs are activated in different communities across Gauteng, and we're encouraging our youth clubs to now to do this type of work. Not all of them have been able to do it, but some have. The registration is the first step, and then the second step, we have a partnership with a bus company in the 2 areas that we have worked in thus far in the south of Joburg, My Bus, and a huge thanks to them for coming on board, who had helped us transport the first cohort of 30 of the elderly folk last week to get their first vaccine shots. If people want to get involved, they can contact us and we can assist. But partnerships with organizations always help because you build a bigger network. We can explain how things can be done, and you can activate yourselves within your communities. And that ultimately is what builds an active citizenry, is people taking action within their communities wherever they find themselves.
Well, I appreciate your time in speaking to us this morning. It's going to make a big difference, isn't it? Literally going from door to door. Well done to you and your team from the Ahmed Kathrada Foundation, Mr. Irfaan Mangera, joining us here on the South African Morning.